We've reached a level of delusion in modern society that's hard to even explain. A woman can sleep with hundreds of men, proudly post about it online, make tons of money in doing so, and still claim she doesn't sleep around, or that she isn't easy.
Are you guys ready to rail me? Yeah. I'm so excited. Let's go. Just thinking of some of my favorite moments from taking 583 guys in 6 hours.
But contrast that with this.
I don't sleep around, and if I did, it would be totally fine, but that's not me, never has been. So please don't assume that you're going to sleep with me, because, yeah, if it's a no, it's a no.
This isn't just about one OnlyFans creator. This paradox is everywhere, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. In this video, we're going to break down the modern feminist delusion. I can treat myself like an object and profit from it through money or attention because I'm empowered. But don't you dare objectify me or treat me like a slut. That's degrading. This lie promised empowerment. What it delivered was degradation. For those who don't know, this is Annie Knight, one of the most famous OnlyFans creator who's become known worldwide. She built her brand on marketing sexual marathons, making millions off content designed to treat herself like a toy for mass consumption. This is just a taste of some of her TikTok posts.
Everyone knows I'm Australia's most active woman, but I actually think I might be the world's most active woman. I mean, my count is over 2,000, so I'm going to take the title. Today is day 1 of getting railed by 365 people in 365 days. I'm getting railed by over 200 people in a day this Sunday, and I'm so excited.
So far, you might be thinking, this is just performance. A woman selling her body for money and attention. Common, predictable. But here's where it gets interesting.
When you say no to a man, they think that it's a game because they know that you do OnlyFans. So they assume that you're up for anything, and that when you say no, it's just like a cheeky little, no, I don't want to. But really, it's a no. But because they know what you do for a living, they think that you're easy and that they're going to be able to sleep with you. And it's very frustrating and degrading.
Now pay attention to that word. Degrading. Her word. So let's run a parallel example. Imagine your next door neighbor is a plumber. You've got a blocked pipe, and when you find out he's a plumber, you ask if he can take a look on the weekend, and he says, "No way, who do you think I am? Why would you assume that I would just unblock anyone's pipes?" Firstly, you couldn't imagine him saying that. It's ridiculous. And then, do you think he goes home feeling that the request was degrading even if you asked twice? Probably not. But what's the difference? They both clean pipes, just in different ways. So why does one feel degraded and the other doesn't? Because it's about sex. Sex isn't just physical, it's personal. You're giving access to an intimate part of your body. Even if on the job it goes to anyone who pays, it's still intimate and personal. So on one hand, you're giving it to every man who lines up because it's your job. But off the clock, you want to be selective again, to restore the idea that it's special and that you don't just give it away. That's the split. So when a man assumes she's easy, it cuts deep. Not because it's wrong, but because it exposes the truth she's trying to suppress. She doesn't want to feel like she's giving it to everyone, even though she is, as long as they wait in line or subscribe to her page. But let's get real. Based on what she's actually doing, you have to do some really brilliant mental gymnastics to then convince yourself that you're really not sleeping around and you're truly selective in your partners. And she tries exactly that.
Like, I mean, if he's going to assume that because I do OnlyFans that I was going to say I'm a whore, but like that's not the right word to use, that I will just sleep with anyone and do anything, that is in fact incorrect. So if you're assuming that, it is wrong. I don't sleep around, and if I did, it would be totally fine, but that's not me, never has been. So please don't assume that you're going to sleep with me.
This is the script modern women use to protect their self-image. They split their identity in two. For the OnlyFans girls, this is just work. It's not who I really am. For the hookup crowd, I'm empowered. It's my body, my choice. It's deflection, not just from others, but from themselves. They feel the shame. They know what it means to give yourself to anyone who shows up. But instead of facing the truth, they build a narrative to hide from it. They need to believe they're still selective, even when the evidence says otherwise. So when someone calls it out, it stings. Not because it's untrue, but because it breaks the illusion they built to avoid feeling worthless. Don't you dare call me a slut. That's degrading. That's insulting. I have standards. But it goes even deeper than that. Just listen to how she advertises herself.
This is what I look like before taking 10 guys at once. This is what I look like after taking 10 guys at once. I'm honestly hoping for a cream pie, but we'll see what happens. I want to get railed by you. I want you to use all my holes. I'm going to have so much fun in Cancun for spring break, and I want you to join me. See you there. I'm offering backdoor training sessions with the people that to my page, my loyal followers, if you will. Basically, we're slowly upgrading the utensil that I'm using to try and train my backdoor. And these are one-on-one sessions that I'm offering where basically it's just you and we start, I guess, with more chill play and then progress to the hectic stuff. And each week I'm increasing the size of the utensil.
This is pure self-objectification packaged as empowerment. And even she sees the contrast in this statement.
Crazy that 1 month I'm taking 583 guys in 6 hours and the next month I'm wedding dress shopping. What is my life? I guess I get to live the best of both worlds.
It might be a performance for TikTok, but the psychology behind it is real. She's clearly living out the lie in her head. One side of her sells access like a product, the other clings to the fantasy of being cherished. And then she takes the objectification of herself even further.
Everyone tells me I have the pinkest, prettiest, so I decided to make a mold of it, and now I'm selling it for you guys so that you can rail me or my replica, and it feels like me and it looks like me, and you're going to be floored.
This is the irony where she's selling the most intimate parts of herself to absolutely anyone for a few dollars and still expects to feel special. In her case, she's found a simp that is okay with her having sex with absolutely anyone and still wants to marry her. Women like this want to be seen as a luxury item, yet they've put themselves on clearance at Walmart. But in order to support their delusion around self-objectification, many of course need to switch the blame back onto men.
Objectification of women in general. Music videos, pop songs, big tentpole movies. Why do those things make money? Who's watching it? People are watching it, right? Who's buying those tickets? Who's saying it's okay to go watch these movies? And then we're critiquing the people who are doing it. It's called demand and supply. Don't demand it. Don't ask for it. It'll change.
This is the same woman a few years earlier. Her name is Priyanka Chopra. She's a retired Bollywood actress and celebrity who built her brand on magazine spreads, music videos, and sexy dances in her movies. So notice the clear hypocrisy. She had an entire career where she sexualizes herself for profit, cashes the checks, and now is complaining the problem is with those that watched her. Now, if demand was really the issue, why do so many women rush to supply it, unprovoked, unprompted, and unpaid on TikTok and Instagram? You're not being forced into it, you're chasing it. The entire attention economy is propped up by women competing for attention from men and then blaming those same men for responding to it. This is the feminist paradox. I'm empowered for selling my body, but also the victim if you're buying it. But here's the greater truth. Women are using their sexuality to not only profit, but to garner attention so that they can boost their self-esteem.
My most recent psychologist, she has been really, really good. Because I have a lot of like self-esteem issues. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of it comes from like my inner child being hurt when I was younger.
She wants attention because deep down she doesn't feel like enough. So she uses sex to get approval. It works fast, it gets a response, and in her case it has made her wealthy. Now apply that across millions of women online. They aren't doing this just for money. They're doing it to be seen. They want to feel valuable. And selling sex is the fastest way to feel desired. But here's the catch. When you give up something in exchange to feel power and you do it in such abundance, it loses its value. And this famous clip sums it up best.
If pussy was a stock, it would be plummeting right now because you flooded the market with it. You're giving it away too easy. It would plummet. You'd be watching the news today, pussy plummeted again on the NASDAQ.
There was a time when sexual selectivity and dignity defined a woman's character. It wasn't about shame, it was about value. Now, girls are counting down to their 18th birthday to open an OnlyFans.
I found out 1.4 million women in America do OnlyFans. 1.2 million is between 18 and 24. What percent of women, how many women in America are between 18 to 24? I find out roughly 10 million women. So just on OnlyFans alone, 10% of women in that age group are on OnlyFans.
They've been taught that attention equals power, and sex is the shortcut. Most creators on OnlyFans charge $10 to $15 a month. The majority earn less than $200. This is now the going rate for a woman's dignity, available to anyone with a credit card. Women have always been the gatekeepers of sex. Now they've thrown open the floodgates and now complain about being used, discarded, and unseen. Men get superficial satisfaction, women get a bit of cash. But the damage goes much further. Men stop seeing women as people. They see them just as a body for their gratification. The feminist lie that you can have sex like a man and be empowered by it has backfired, just as it was always going to. And now women are suffering even more from the very problem they were trying so hard to escape. You cannot sell yourself like a product and still expect men to treat you like you're special. If you found this video insightful, you might like another one on a similar topic. Click on the thumbnail to watch or keep exploring. Also, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel.